Scene start. Rio 15. Breaking news. Explosion in Tehran. Sound of a distant, muffled explosion, followed by sirens wailing. Narrator VOU. Grave, urgent tone. This morning, the heart of Tehran was shattered by a deafening roar. A powerful explosion ripped through a central district just after 9 a.m. local time, sending a colossal plume of black smoke billowing into the sky, visible for miles across the sprawling metropolis. Initial reports paint a scene of utter chaos, quick cuts of shaky handheld footage. People are seen running in panic, sirens blare as ambulances and fire trucks navigate through congested, debris-strewn streets. A shot of a building facade with windows blown out. Narrator, VO. Emergency services descended on the area, a bustling commercial and governmental hub, now a scene of destruction and fear. The blast, which eyewitnesses described as feeling like an earthquake, has brought the city to a standstill, with authorities cordoning off several square blocks as they grapple with the unfolding crisis. Sound 30. Focus on the victim, Ali Rehajani. Sound of somber news music fades in. A news graphic appears on screen. A professional portrait of an older man with graying hair and a beard is displayed next to bold text. Ali Rehajani, 65, killed in Tehran blast. Below, in smaller font, prominent political figure assassinated. Narrator, VO. As the smoke begins to clear, a devastating picture emerges. The primary target of this audacious attack appears to have been Ali Rehajani, a towering and often controversial figure in Iranian politics. At 65, Rehajani was a veteran statesman, a key architect of domestic policy, and a voice that carried immense weight within the corridors of power. A montage of photos and video clips shows Rehajani. He is seen passionately addressing a large crowd, then in a formal meeting with other officials, and finally, a series of official portraits showing a stern, thoughtful expression. The images convey a sense of authority and influence. Narrator, VO. His career spanned decades, marked by a staunch defense of national sovereignty and a complex relationship with the West. His death leaves a significant power vacuum and sends a shockwave through the nation's political establishment, raising immediate questions about who would dare to carry out such a high-profile assassination. 031-0045, The Aftermath and Investigation. Sound of forensic teams working, quiet radio chatter. The scene shifts to ground zero. The camera pans across a deep crater in the middle of a street, surrounded by the twisted metal skeletons of vehicles. Forensic investigators in white suits are seen meticulously collecting evidence, placing small markers on the ground. The facade of an adjacent government building is heavily damaged, its windows shattered and its stone walls scorched black. Narrator, VO. Investigators are now combing through the wreckage, a grim landscape of twisted steel and pulverized concrete. The sophistication of the device suggests a well-planned, professional operation, far beyond the capabilities of a common dissident group. Every piece of shrapnel, every scorched brick is being analyzed for clues that might lead back to the perpetrators. Cut to a shot of a grim-faced security official at a hastily arranged press conference. He speaks firmly into a bank of microphones, his expression a mixture of anger and resolve. Flashes from cameras pop continuously. Narrator, VO. In a brief press conference, officials vowed a swift and merciless response, promising to hunt down those responsible for what they are calling a cowardly act of terror. But behind the resolute words lies a palpable sense of uncertainty as the nation braces for the fallout. 55, speculation and global reaction. Sound of stock market tickers and overlapping news reports from different countries. A split screen effect. On one side, news anchors from various international networks, BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, report on the story in different languages. On the other side, financial market data scrolls rapidly, with major indices flashing red and downward-pointing arrows indicating economic turmoil. The screen then transitions to a sleek digital world map. Glowing lines connect Tehran to other major world capitals, Washington, Moscow, Beijing, London, symbolizing the rapid escalation of diplomatic communications and tensions. But narrator, VO. The world is watching, and the ripples are already being felt. Global markets have reacted nervously to the instability, while world leaders have issued statements condemning the attack and calling for restraint. Behind the scenes, diplomatic channels are buzzing as intelligence agencies scramble to assess the implications. Speculation is rampant, but for now there are only questions, no answers. 056-0105, concluding report. Sound of city ambiance, distant sirens, wind. A final wide shot captures the Tehran skyline at dusk. The city lights begin to twinkle, but the scene is dominated by an increased security presence on the streets below. Military vehicles patrol major intersections, and helicopters can be seen circling overhead. The city is on edge, holding its breath. Narrator, VO. As night falls on a grieving and angry capital, one question hangs heavy in the air. A question that will shape the future of the region and perhaps the world. Who killed Ali Rehajani, and what happens next? The image of the city slowly fades to black. A single, large, white question mark appears in the center of the screen for a moment before disappearing. Scene end.